Hello and welcome to a new part of this Python course. So today in this part we are going to discuss about the various data types in Python. So I have personally felt that Python is more or less it is having simple data types. It is a simple language. It yes, it has a way of writing and everything, but the data types and everything is pretty much simple with Python. So it is uh, in my opinion, it is the easiest language to learn as a beginner in coding, in the coding field. Okay, so in this video, we are going to discuss about the different data types that we use in Python. I'm not using any PPT or anything. Whatever we will be discussing, we will see and we will understand with coding IDEs itself. So in the first or in the second part, we have installed a Python IDE, an IDE for Python, that is an integrated development environment IDE, which is PyCharm. So we discussed how to install the free version of PyCharm, the community edition and everything. I hope you have done that. It's easy for you to learn because whatever you are doing, if you are practicing along with, you are just reading, uh, you know, rather than just reading, if you are practicing, it will be useful for you. Okay, so let us see. So we are going to learn about data types in Python. So we'll discuss some basic simple data types in Python. And let's see what are those. Okay, the first one is the integer type. Integer type. Okay, so if you just declare a variable like x is equal to 10, that will be considered as an integer. So in order to check the type of a data, we can use type keyword. Okay, so print type of x. This means, see, inside the print I'm using a keyword called type. So this type is nothing but the data type. So it will indicate what type of data is x. So if I run this, data types in Python, that's what we have given the title of this, what do you say, the file. And I have declared a variable x is equal to 10. Basically, it should be considered as a integer, right? So it comes in the class of integers. So that's why class int, it has printed class int. Now there is another variable which is called the floating point. Okay, so float type or floating point type. So I'm declaring another variable y is equal to 3.21. So definitely that is a decimal point number. It's not a integer number. It has a decimal point, right? So if I print the type of y, it should definitely tell me that it's a floating point number. Let's see. So class int, class float, it is a floating point number. Okay, so you can also, if just to indicate that we are working with x belongs to, and then you can give a comma and then you can type. And here again, just to make a little more specific, y belongs to, and then close the quotes. So this is how you, if you want to print out directly something, then you give it in double quotes. If you want something to be blindly printed in a print statement, you don't want to insert any variables or variable values or anything, that just whatever you are typing, you need to print it in that exact same way. Then you give it in double quotes. But here I'm expecting the computer or the Python or the IDE, yeah, it's an IDE. So to IDE to tell me what is the type of x and what is the type of y. So I am giving a comma and then whatever operation. So now it be updated to x belongs to class int, y belongs to class float. Okay, so these are the two types of data type. Again, the very commonly used another type I'm going to discuss, which is a Boolean type. Pretty familiar one, right? So I'm going to give a variable name which is called data, that is true. I believe it is a capital, yes. So true means that's true. Then Boolean can take another value which is called false. Okay, so these true and false comes in the Boolean value. So this type of data which stores true or false, this kind of values is called a Boolean data type. So I'm going to again use a print statement. So print is an option in which we can see the outputs, right? So just to get confirmation, we are using data belongs to in space and then give comma, then give the variable keyword type and then in bracket data, right? So let's see. Yeah, data belongs to class bool. Bool means it is a boolean data type. So that is another data type that we use in Python. Okay, so we discussed about integer, floating point, and also boolean. Now comes the very commonly used one, which is called the string data type. String data type. So string data type is also very commonly used. I'm going to use a variable name text. Here, in order to declare a variable, we don't actually use the keywords in front of the variable name. Generally in Java and all, we have to give the keyword of the data type first and then the variable name, like that. But here in Python, we just directly give the values. It is understood automatically. Okay. If you are giving something in double quotes to a variable, so definitely that variable comes in a string category. Hello. Okay. So this is nothing but a string. Very clearly, it is not an integer, it is not a floating point, it is not a boolean type, it is a string, right? Let's see. Print. Inside the print statement, I want to know what is the text, what type of data is the text. So text belongs, okay, so you need to give in double quotes, belongs to, close your double quotes and in comma, type of text. Text is my keyword, sorry, text is not my keyword, it is a variable name. See, text belongs to class string, so it is a string. Now there is another one which is called char. So I'm going to give the so char data type. So these are various data types that we use in Python. So I'm going to give small text. That is my variable name. Just for a curiosity, I'm giving like that. Okay. So I'm going to give my name, Anu, or I'm going to give A, simply A. Okay. Let's see. Print, and in double quotes, I'm going to give small text belongs to, then in comma, type of small text. Let's see. Yeah, so when we are checking the type of the small text, that is a variable name, it is showing class string. So there is no separate class. So there is no separation between string and character. That is understood from this. We will, even though we give a character, even though we have a string, the type, it's all belonging to a class called string. So the data type is actually coming as string. Okay, so these are some basic data types that we have discussed. There is an integer data type, there is a floating point, there is a boolean data type, there is string, and char also belong to the type called string. Okay, let us now see another type in which we can store the data, that is called the set data type. Let's see what is coming. Okay, I'm going to name a variable. So these are all variable names. My set is equal to, in curly brackets, you have to give the numbers or the data in the set. And if you try to print it out, print type of my set. Let's see what is coming. Yeah, so the class is set. So it is belonging to the data type set. So again, I'm going to just modify my print statement just to make it a little bit, my set belongs to, my set belongs to the class of set. So the data type coming is set category. Okay, let us discuss about list data type. Yep, let's have a look. Print. Yeah, sorry, before that we need to declare, right? Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is declare a variable, and I'm going to give the name my underscore list. That is my variable name, and in square bracket I'm going to give 1 comma 2 comma 3. I'm curious to know what is the data type coming. Let's explore together. My list belongs to, let's type and then my list. Okay, run it and see. Okay, so the data type coming is list. Okay, so we have seen set, we have seen list. Now there is another type of arrangement of data which is called the dictionary. We will probably do an example, programming example or something later in this course on this data type or this type of arrangement which is called the dictionary. So dictionary, let's see. Okay, so dictionary, how to give a dictionary or how to create a dictionary in Python. My dict, I will give my dict. Okay, that is a name of my variable. In curly bracket, you have to give, there should be parameter like name, and then name is John. Say John is the name of the person. And then next parameter is age, and quotes. Age is, say it is 30. Okay, yes. Let's give a comma. Okay, so this is a dictionary. Okay, let's print it out and see. Then we'll check the data type. Okay, print my dictionary. Let's run it and see. So the dictionary we have created is having a field called we'll say the fields of the dictionary. Field called name, and the value is John. Age is 30. Okay, so this is how you can create a dictionary. Now if you're curious to know the data type, print my dict belongs to, in comma, type of my dict. Okay, okay, so my dict belongs to the class of dict. This dict is nothing but dictionary, so it is a type dictionary, so it is a dictionary. Okay, yeah, so we have seen pretty much most of the data types that we use in the Python language. Okay, so let us see what will happen if we just remove this quotes. Let's see what is happening here. Okay, I'm not interested in the quotes anymore, so I'm just removing it, and I want to see. So the name is not defined. Error, name is not defined, so it's not declaring as a it is not declared as a variable or anything, so you just need to give it in the form of a quotes. Okay, or you can just declare it outside and you can just give it inside in the field of the dictionary. Okay, Yeah, so again the values is also not defined, so it is just coming as an error. So if you want to give something inside the dictionary, just give in single quotes, or you declare it outside the dictionary and you can just pull the values inside the dictionary. Okay, so like this you have to give. So this is how you are creating a dictionary. So this is how you create a dictionary. Just like dictionary has certain set of words, it has its meanings. Like that, in the dictionary data type, you can create certain fields and you can assign certain values to the fields. Okay, so the values should be given in single quotes, or else it should be declared outside the dictionary and it should be pulled uh, inside the curly brackets of the dictionary. Okay, so this is clearly a dictionary, and when you are trying to print out the type of that variable, it is coming as class dict, means it is a dictionary type. There is another data type which is the none type, none data type. Okay, here if you are giving a, say I'm going to create a variable z is equal to, so I'm going to declare it as none, and if I'm curious to know the data type of this variable z or z belongs to, again the same practice, type is the keyword to check the type of data, type and then z. Let's try to print it out. Okay, so z belongs to class none type. So these are the various types of data. These are the various data types that we use in Python. So these are the simple types. Actually, Python, as I said in the beginning, it's a very simple language. It has simple practices, simple data types, and everything is simple. So it is very much is user friendly, or it's very much easy for a beginner to learn in the beginning of their coding career. Okay, so we discussed in this part, we discussed about various data types. First one is integer. If you just declare a number, it will be considered as an integer. If you want to convert this as a string, just give it in double quotes. Now it will be definitely string. Check for the first value, it is str. So have you noticed? So if it is given in a double quotes, it is understood to Python that it's a string. If it is not given in double quotes, it is a integer, or it is an integer. X is equal to 10, it is definitely coming as an integer. Then if it is a floating point number, and if you check the data type with the help of the keyword type, it will be coming as float or floating point. True and false, they are Boolean values, and the variables that store this true and false is coming under the Boolean data type. There is string and char, but both are coming under the class of string. Then we have also discussed about set. In a set, we generally give the set in a curly braces. Inside the curly braces, we just give in commas, we give the values. So that is coming as set data type. There is list data type. There is dictionary. In dictionary, there is where certain fields are there and also certain values are assigned to that fields. Okay. Then we have also seen the none data type. So these are the various data types that we commonly used in Python programming. So if it is not discussed in this part, we will be discussing about those data types when we are doing the programming later on in this course. Anyway, Python is a very simple language. So if you are somebody who is interested in learning Python, if you are interested in learning coding, Python will be it's a good choice to start your coding practice or learning or journey. Okay, so let's see some new things in the next part. See you in the next part.